Alrighty, so today I'm going to be installing this plug-and-play remote starter from MPC. This is mypushcart.com. I originally heard about this from a friend who installed one and he likes it, so I'm going to do the same because it's cold in Wisconsin and I would like to be not cold. So everything comes in this little box. It does have the little brain module here. This is just a single button remote. Some kits for some vehicles do have LCD remotes with a 3,000 foot range. This one has a 1,500 foot range. Comes with the antenna that plugs into the T cable here. This is called a T cable, and it's called a T cable because it basically tees into plugs that you already have in the vehicle. So you have a male and a female plug here, male and a female plug here. These go on the ignition. This wire here is for a hood pin if you want to do that. And then you get 4 plugs here that plug into the brain box. This one did also come with this additional plug with a fuse on it, but I believe this one is if you want to plug this in with an alternate power source. I did verify power and ground on these wires. This 4-pin plug goes into this 4-pin on the brain box, and that's the power wire, and I did verify with a multimeter that this power wire does come over to here, so it grabs power from the ignition. So I'm not going to use this one. I'm guessing that this is just a universal add-on if you want to pull power from another source. So this plugs into ignition, this plugs into the box, this wire here plugs into the antenna that'll go up on the windshield, and then you have some programming. So there is a little button that you use for programming, and I'll go over all that stuff on the install. The box does come with a QR code that takes you right to the instructions for your vehicle. And then this unit also does have a FlashLink light cable. This is a USB, and then this plugs into the power cable here for additional programming. So here's the instructions on the box. QR code, show options, open in browser. And then I got the instructions for my vehicle. So it does show the model number there. I'll go down to Chevy Silverado 1500 and I'll pick my year, submit, and now it shows all of the instructions to install this thing and program it. It's got pictures, where everything plugs into, and all of the programming stuff. So let's get rolling. Alright, so first thing I'll do is take this antenna 3M tape. I'll peel the backing off, and then I'm going to put this right up here. Kind of up and out of the way so I can tuck the wiring. Back underneath the headliner. What I'm going to do is just stuff it behind the A-pillar like this. Pull it behind the pillar. There. Now we'll go ahead and run it down this way. Alright, so now I'll take this weather stripping, just kind of peel this back, and run it right behind the weather stripping. Pull the fuse box cover off. Sneak it all the way back here, and now I can get it into the dash. Next is this plate down here we're going to take off. So I already took the parking brake lever off. But there's one 12mm bolt under here, and then this pops out. Now there's a couple of Phillips head screws underneath. And then this should pop off. And it'll pull straight out. Next we're going to take the wheel tilt lever and just pull straight out. And that pops out. Then we got a couple Phillips head screws to take out here. Once those are out, we can take this bottom cover off. And then that should expose the wires that we need, which are right here and right here. So your key is right here. And I believe it's this one and this one. So we got this little 5-pin. So that comes out. See, it's the same plug. So now this plug will go into here, and then the remainder will go right here. You got this plug. I got a little red safety there. And that'll come out. So this plug had this little safety in there where the red piece pushes in. Got to pop the red piece out first, and then you can push this little lever in. So then same as before, you got the male and the female. So now this plug will plug into here. Clips in. I'll push in the little safety lock. And now this remaining plug will plug back into there. So now we have the blue wire that comes over from the antenna. That's going to plug into the blue plug over here, but I'm going to run that through the dash first. I'm just going to take this thing. We got a lot of extra length. But what I'll do is I'll just stuff it through the dash. I can actually reach my hand right through and grab it. Then I'll go ahead and plug this guy in right here. Alright. I'll just go ahead and tie back any of these extra wires. Probably use zip tie and secure some of the extra wires. And then this extra black wire that's connected close to where that antenna hookup is, that's not going to be used. Then we have all the remaining wires for the brain box. And then I'm not going to use a hood switch, so I'm not going to use that blue wire. And now we can go ahead and move on to the programming steps. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and read through the instructions. So this black wire, or black plug, with the 4 wires in it, there's white, blue, red, black, that's going to be the power wire. And that goes into this black 4-pin connector here. And then you also have this black button here, which is a programming button. So hold the black button, insert the connector, and then release the button when the light is blue. Alright, and the blue light stays on. Insert the required remaining connectors. Alright, we still got a blue light. Turn the key to the on position and the light will flash rapidly. Press and release the programming button once. The blue LED will turn off. Run position. Alright, we got the rapid flashing light. Press and release the button once. The blue LED will turn off and the yellow and red lights will alternate. Turn the key to the off position. Once you have the flashing LED lights, unplug all the connections and be sure to disconnect the 4-pin power plug last. Alright, so we'll go backwards. Unplug these and then unplug the power last, and then log into the FLM software. Alright, so now we're going to take this FlashLink cable, and then this is going to plug into the black 4-pin power plug here, and then this is going to go into the USB. So next you'll go to www.fortin.ca, go to support, and then FlashLink desktop programming application. Click on download software for Windows, and click on download. And then you'll just go through the normal process of downloading something to your computer like you would normally do. Just follow all those steps. And then what you'll end up doing is installing it, and you'll have a desktop link called FlashLink Manager V4. And then for mine to work, I had to plug in the USB portion to the computer first without the cable, and then wait till it recognized that, and then plug in the cable. You can go ahead and open up the FlashLink Manager. And then the email is going to be flash@mypushcart.com, and then the password is MPC Flash. And then you can see that it's connected at the bottom. FlashLink and Evo all are connected. Then next go up to the 3 dashes at the top left. Enter year, make, model, and key type. Don't change anything else, just change those fields. Year, make, model, and key type. And then load settings. Next go to the decryptor tab. Click on the decryptor tab. Scroll down a little bit and then click on send data. And then that will begin sending the data. This took me a few minutes to do this, but then when that's done processing, it'll tell you that it's done, and then you can just unplug it and go back to the car. You'll get the little loading bar across the bottom, then it'll give you a note saying that it's done. Please disconnect the module, decryptor is finished. Now I can go ahead and plug this back in. It says to plug in the power wire first, which is the black one, and be careful not to hit the program button. We can plug in all the rest of them. Alright, now it says it's ready to be programmed. Alright, so now we're going to get to the programming, and I have this style remote, and a little bit of learning here. There's 2 styles of remotes. This is just a single button remote. The instructions that originally came with mine showed a different style of remote. So the instructions that came with mine showed this RFK 4411, and it shows the instructions of hitting the aux button, then hitting the lock button, but mine doesn't have an aux button and a lock button. So I ended up finding the instructions for the RFK 411, which is this style remote, and the difference is you hold it for 12 seconds instead of hitting the aux and then the lock. So let's do that. So I'm going to unplug the power plug, and I have the programming button. Press and hold the programming button as you insert the black plug. The LEDs will begin to cycle colors, and then you release the button when they turn red and blue. So I'm going to hold the button, plug in, and I'm going to wait for these to turn red and blue, and then I'll release the button. And then next is to press and hold the button. These will shut off, and then they'll turn back on. And then you release the button again, turn the ignition on, and then the yellow LED comes on. And then the antenna will begin flashing. You can see the antenna flashing. Then next, I'm going to hold the button for 12 seconds and wait for the LED to turn solid, and then release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, that was a good count. Then release. I'll program the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then release. Alright, and then you also saw that these flashed, saying that it accepted it. And then I'll turn the ignition off. LEDs turn off. And now we should be good to test this thing. I'm going to go ahead and then hold the button for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Boom! Now I should be able to go in and hit the brake, and then it will shut off. That kills it, so that's good. So now we will test the other remote. 1, 2, 3. Now to shut it off, I should be able to hold it for 3 seconds again. and then it kills it. And just in time, because it's 30 degrees right now. Feels like temp is 29, so you can probably see my breath while I'm doing this install. So next I'm just going to go ahead and tie everything back kind of nice and neat. Push everything back, get it out of the way. I'll go ahead and just start to reinstall all the plastics. Got the bottom plastic on, put the lever back in. Put our Phillips heads back in. I misspoke at the beginning of the video, that's actually a 10. And now I'll put my fuse panel back on, and we're all done. You're killing me. So then I just put this side cover back on. So we got one press, we'll lock it, and then a double press, we'll unlock it, unlock, and then hold for 3 seconds. Starts it. Then I can hit the brake and kill it. And that's pretty much how that works. So it'll run on the auto start for 15 minutes and then it'll kill it. Or you can hold it and shut it back off. So 3 seconds, turns it on. It'll run for 15 minutes. Or you can hold for 3 seconds and it'll shut it back off. Alright, so I add here at the end when you start it, hold the button, wait till it blinks, hear it click, then it'll start. Then when you get in, just put the key in and then click it forward to the run position. Don't crank it forward because the engine's already running, but just put the key forward to the on position or the run position, and then it'll start up. So just wanted to share that because Alright, so I'll share this because I messed it up twice today, actually getting into it. So when you remote start it and turn it back on, all you have to do after it starts is put the key in and then click it forward to the run position. Don't crank it all the way forward. Don't put it in the start position because the engine's already running. So just click it forward to run position, hit the brake, then you can drive. And then when you take the key out, it shuts off like normal. But if you get in and it's already running, like habit, you probably already have that habit, you get in and hit the brake to go put it in gear, then it's going to kill it. So just make sure you put the key in, key it forward, and you're good to go.